and welcome back. If you are new, my name is Eliza Mozal and I help people explore more their spiritual side. And I am so happy to make this video, and I'm just so happy to share a few things with you. And by the end of that video, you will be perfectly clear exactly on what to do to bring a little bit or a lot more peace into your life. Okay, so the things that I wanted to share is a little bit about peace and bringing that peace of mind. And this is something that I didn't have for many years in my life through the chaos that I have created. I had no idea back in the day how to deal with feelings and emotions. I had no idea how to actually deal with people and life and situations. I simply wasn't shown, and I wasn't picking it up as well when I was shown. And the things that I was shown, maybe it were working for others, but they weren't working for me, and it was a little bit of chaotic. So when I was somewhere around maybe 16, 17, I was reading a book by Brian Tracy, which got me a little bit into that spirituality. It was actually like, it felt like a little bit of awakening, but it was very short-lived. That was the time when the hormones kicked in and I started being much more interested in other stuff. You know what I mean. So I started being much more interested in other stuff. That stuff took over. I was 18 when I finished high school. I moved out of my place where my mom was staying, and I started living a full-time job. I started living in a city that is a little bit far away. I started having a full-time job traveling in the north part of Poland in sales industry. And this is where it was all about earning as much money as possibly you can, and spending as fast as you can, and getting drunk and doing shopping and all that stuff. These bosses knew exactly what they were doing, because that's how they got you to earn more money again, to spend it again and go crazy and party and go totally bonkers and go crazy, go rich, go big, and then again and again and again. So I really fast lost that inner peace that I was having, that any type of connection with who I am. Very fast I started becoming someone totally different, and that chaos kept on progressing more and more. Somewhere around 15-16 years ago, I moved here to Scotland, and the inner struggles were growing. Less and less I knew how to deal with life, and instead of even between the relationships, spending some time on healing myself, on healing these wounds, going through some kind of period of me reconnecting with me, I would be jumping into another thing, another relationship, another thing, blah blah blah, and I would be just literally carrying that pain and transferring into other people, hurting them as well, which is nothing I am proud of, but I am very appreciative of being today aware of that stuff. And if I would have an opportunity to face to face apologize for the hurt that I caused these people, I would definitely do it, and I have absolutely no shadow of a doubt that I would not hold back. I would not hold back. I would do it if I would get a chance. So when I started my proper spiritual awakening somewhere around 5 years ago, things started changing for me, because I had to look at things in a different way. And I was in a very hard and very broken place in my life at this time, and I sought for help, and I did got that help, which it was amazing. But in order to be able to change my life and started living that happy life and learn how to invite peace into my life, I had to first deal with the past. And the way to do it was to look at it, embrace it, look at things, take full responsibility for my life, instead of stop blaming others and stop expecting someone to come and fix me, rescue me, and fix my past issues and the mess that I have created. It was time for me to grow up. It was time for me to, it's funny because I was 33, but that was the time when I finally started growing up and learning about my past more and more. I started taking responsibility for my life, and I started learning more and more about forgiveness. Now, if you've never done any type of forgiveness treatment, forgiveness action, forgiveness ritual, whatever you want to call it, I would like to encourage you to look into Emmet Fox, The Power Through Constructive, the power of constructive thinking, or power through constructive thinking. And in the Lord's Prayer, he says exactly about forgiveness and how to do it and how to set yourself and others free. It's extremely powerful and beautiful, and Louise Hay talks about it as well. She talks about it in her forgiveness bit in her book You Can Heal Your Life, and I will link these books below so you can easily go and get them and start using them as soon as possible if taking action and being a doer and achiever is something that you are embracing right now. So in order to get some peace in my life, I had to start becoming at peace with the past. That was absolutely number one. I couldn't just all of a sudden sit down, for an hour in silence and meditate and feel amazing for the rest of the day. Hell no. Even 3 minutes was unbelievable, and it was so painful because all that stuff was coming up, because all these years I was bottling, pushing it down, all that stuff, instead of dealing with it and letting it out to the surface. So dealing with the past is absolutely number one thing. You can do it on your own. You can do it with help of another person, whether it's a therapist. I would definitely advise to ask someone who've done this before, who've done themselves before, which it would be coach, mentor, spiritual advisor. That's the best way to do it, because the person who've been where you've been knows what to do, and it went on the other side. It overcame that stuff. So if this is something you are looking for to do it with someone else, look for someone who've been there, who've done it. I help with that to people as well, but I don't do it on a big scale. But I'm gonna leave the link below anyway if you are seeking for one-to-one mentorship, and if this is something we can do, I would get back to you. So let me go back. So dealing with the past is number one, and after dealing with the past, it's a little bit like clearing and cleaning. I use this analogy before. It's a little bit like your house or your room or your tiny house or your van life, wherever you're staying, wherever you love, before you're going to put any new furniture in, before you're going to become that new peaceful you have to clear out the mess. You have to take out the old. You have to let it go of that old rotten furnitures. You have to clean, that old fridge that has rotten and smelly food inside of it. You have to let that thing go. You have to make proper clear out and cleaning. And forgiveness is a beautiful way to do it. Journaling, letting it out, sharing with another person, sharing with higher power, looking at it with yourself, by yourself, taking responsibility and letting go, letting go, surrounding yourself, and this giving space to that pain when it comes up, to that hurt, and letting it go. And another part of it, is to do this clearance, connect with nature, connect with yourself, and start learning more and more about yourself, who you are. And after you're doing that clearance, after you're doing that healing, it's to be exactly, completely sure who is that new person that you want to become. Is that person spontaneous? Is that person happy about life? Is that person jealous about others when they are happy? Or is this person happy for others, even for the smallest things? You have to become very, very clear who is the person you want to become. It's the same as going and choosing the furniture and the color of the paint that you are going to have in your new place. Once you got rid of the old, you have to figure out what you're gonna put inside, whether it's that stuff how is it looks like, what is the shape, what is the size. And journaling again here is very, very helpful. And then when you're going through, of course, meditation is absolutely number one. Doing yoga and healthy movement, even doing yoga for stretches and relaxation, and gym at evening or walks in nature, all of that is crucial and extremely important. Let me just recap it very clearly. So it's forgiveness, dealing with the past, whether you're doing that on your own or with someone else's help. I had to have in past others people help. I was unable to do it on my own successfully, not a chance. So clearing the past with others people help, that was my bit. If you can do it on your own, amazing, good on you. If not, seek for someone who can help you, who've been there and know what to do. Another thing was to go through that clearance, take responsibility, go through that healing process, start reconnecting with yourself through being in nature, through spending time on your own with yourself, lots and lots of self-love, lots and lots of learning to esteem yourself, because no one is, if you don't have a peace of mind in your life, there's somewhere lack of worth over there. There's somewhere lack of value and worth, that you are worthy of having peaceful peace in your life, to the abundant extent. So as well, I'm gonna link below the golden self-esteem experience, which is an so much absolute saver for those who struggle with low self-esteem, for those who struggle with loneliness and lack of confidence. If this is something you want to overcome on your journey, I'm gonna leave the link below. It is something you will be able to use and get absolutely amazing results. And another thing on that journey, when you're healing, when you're learning your self-worth, when you're learning you are the most precious thing ever, when you look into the mirror, all you see is love, beauty, and amazement. You are in love with yourself. When you mess up in your life like any other human being, you know how to forgive yourself, you know how to hug yourself, you know how to love yourself even more than ever. At this time, when you go through that process, the meditation is extremely important from day one, at the morning and at night time. Whether you're doing 5 minutes or 55 minutes, it doesn't matter. Keep on building up that routine and action of self-love on a daily basis. And then you are starting on a daily basis to remembering who you no longer want to be, because that old stuff is gonna be knocking through the back door all the time, at the beginning. So on a daily basis, you've got to remind yourself who you no longer want to be and who do you want to be, and how the greatest version of yourself looks like. I got these 3 questions from Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is an absolute genius, who is an absolute walking, breathing genius, beautiful inside out human being who showed other people how to fix, change, save your own life, which is absolutely amazing. Again, I'm gonna link him in the box section below, guys. Don't forget about movement on a daily basis. It's extremely important in releasing the stocked energies. And Dr. Joe Dispenza breath meditations are very powerful in releasing. This is the breath work that I've been doing for nearly a year and a half this year on a daily basis, that it helped release all that stored in my body trauma and all these past experiences. And this energy, while it's released, I am using to create the new me, the me that I've always wanted to be, that freedom Eliza that creates, that gives other people, that it's constantly thinks about how can I make things better, who is so passionate about life that other people are sick of listening about it, and just be me, and no guilt, no shame is welcomed anymore. Yes, it kept on knocking to the back door here and there, and I kept on reminding myself, nope, it's not happening today. Be sure, I think one more thing that I would like to say is that be sure that your version of peace of mind doesn't have to be like anyone else's. It's your own version of peace of mind, and you have a full right to have your own version of it. And it is now time for you to claim your right to live at peace at all times. And yes, life is life, things happen and all of it, but we learn along the way. We kept on going forward and we learn along the way. Guys, if you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section. I would be more than happy to keep on answering your questions, maybe in a shape of a comment or a video. And if there is any video suggestions you have for me, something you would like to hear about or see, please put that in the comment section. And again, if you've got any value whatsoever, please be sure to like that video and subscribe for more, because it's gonna help me create more for the people who need to hear that message, for people who are right now maybe in some state of pain and suffering and are ready to take action, are ready to search for help, and that videos will be there for them so they can grow, so they can learn, so they can become free from that old stuff. Okay guys, I'm gonna wish you all the best. Stay awesome, keep on exploring, and I will see you soon in my next video. Mwah. And I'm not sure if there is anything else I want to say. So yeah, so I got so passionate here.